it. And when Ibn Taymiyyah was asked first, he said, go to the ulama. I'm not from the ulama. Go to the ulama, they will tell you the aqidah. Look how the ulama, they don't consider, and we have every now person who can operate Google, he considers himself from the ulama, or from the sheikhs, and from this. It's true, wallahi, we have a problem, akhlaqiyya, and we have a problem, ilmiyya, with knowledge, and we have problem with behavior. So Ibn Taymiyyah, he answered that question, what is the aqidah of Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah? Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah means people who unite upon the Sunnah, ay Ahl Sunnah wal Ijtimaa'. Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah doesn't mean people who say Sunnah and they sit in a Jama'ah. No, it doesn't mean that. That's the meaning for people who don't know Arabic. That's why Ibn Taymiyyah said, most bid'ah, if not all bid'ah, they got misguided because they don't know Arabic. Because they don't know Arabic. Because some people, they say, Ar-Rahman ala al-Arsh istawa, doesn't mean that. Ar-Rahman, the most merciful, rose over the throne. It means istawla. Istawla. Istawla means overcame. Overcame. And it means, even in English, you can't accept that meaning because it means Allah had a fight with the throne. Then he overcame. But it was possible, a'yadhan billah, for the throne to overcome. And now, if you say Allah is above the throne, many Muslims say, they said to us, to me and everyone, He's not above the throne. Allah said, Ya akhi, subhanAllah. No, it doesn't mean that. What does it mean? His authority, His something, Himself. He said, they say, if you say Allah is above the arsh, the throne, you limit Him. Until we have such attitude and such beliefs and such shubuhat, Allah will not help us if we don't remove them from ourselves. Why? Because in the battle of Uhud, you know the battles of the Prophet ﷺ, a very great reminder. In the battle of Uhud, which happened in the year 3 after Hijrah, as revenge, the people of Mecca, after losing at the major battle of Badr in the year 2 after Hijrah, they were itching for revenge. They wanted to avenge, and they thought this was just a fluke. It wasn't possible for Muhammad ﷺ to overcome us. So they came to Medina and they had a major battle. The Prophet ﷺ organized the battle and he said to a group of them, which Allah related to us in Surah Al-Imran. Not everything, but this is from the Sunnah as well. He said to a group of the Sahaba, stay in this place and don't move, even if you see us having one or birds eating us. And in either case, don't move until there is a command to do so. Then these are Sahaba, but don't forget, these are not Muslims now. These are Sahaba. So that group, not all, but some, when they saw the mushriks, the disbelievers and adulterers running from the Muslims, they said, that's it, we won, alhamdulillah, we can now join them. The others said no, because the Prophet said you can't move until you have an order to do so. They said, no, that's it, let's go. And Allah said, وَعَسَيْتُمْ, relating that incident in Surah Al-Imran, and you disobeyed. Because they disobeyed the Prophet ﷺ once in one battle. And because of that, Khalid ibn al-Walid, at that time, he wasn't a Muslim. Anhu, he saw straight away that side moved. That side moved. So he said, there we have to come from that side and we can attack the Muslims from that side. And that's what he did. And the situation became so desperate that the Prophet ﷺ nearly got killed because of that group. And Allah said, Allah forgive you after that. But He gave it to us as a lesson. So there is a difference between reprimanding our children, ourselves, our wives, our husbands for past mistakes. That we should avoid. But we must learn from them. We must learn from them. So if I parked in a place where I'm not allowed to park and they fined me, I shouldn't blame the people who fined me, because I already knew that I would be fined. And I parked. So it's better to walk a little bit and park far in a legal place, because these ikhwan things are for a reason. They don't want cars blocking each other. They don't want people killing pedestrians. They don't want this. So if the Sahaba, they were obeying Allah all the time and they disobeyed Allah once and they lost and the Prophet nearly got killed and many Sahaba, great Sahaba got killed. One of them Mus'ab bin Umair, one of them Hamza, the uncle of the Prophet. Look at the small group disobeyed and look at the consequences. And we have now most Muslims disobeying the Prophet ﷺ. They obey once maybe and they want Allah to help them. It's not possible. That's why we have to go back to the deen. Another point I wanted before I finish to mention was our belief in the ulama. Because belief in Allah we can talk more, but we don't have time. Our belief in the ulama. The ulama, many people when you talk they say they are ulama dollar. You know, they are ulama of dollars and money and this. That doesn't mean, because that's why I said the shahawat have behind them shubuhat. Most of the time. That's why the Prophet called a person who commits zina not a perfect believer, because his iman gone so down when he steals, when he commits zina. In Bukhari and Muslim this hadith. And this is one of the proofs that iman goes up and down. So they say the ulama are this. Does it mean you believe that we don't have ulama anymore? They say no, we have. Who are they? They point to misguided people, young people, not on the sunnah, not having ilm, not having proper understanding and knowledge. That belief is wrong. We have to get rid of that shubha. Because the Prophet said, Allah praised the ulama. The Prophet praised the ulama. Until we love the ulama for Allah, and we respect them, and we respect their students, not just the ulama. And how can we respect the Prophet ﷺ if we don't respect his Sahaba? We disrespect him. How can we respect this uncle living our neighbor when we see his children, we talk bad to them? And then when we see him, we say, MashaAllah, uncle, we respect you. But when we see his wife and children, we talk bad to them. No, it's not possible. So we have to respect the ulama. The Prophet said, who doesn't know the haqq of the alim? Man lam ya'rif li'alimina haqqahu. Who doesn't know the haqq of the scholar? What is the haqq? To respect and love him. Not to follow him if he makes a mistake, to look for excuse for him, but not to follow him in that mistake. Just like we do with our fathers. We all have fathers and mothers. Some may be alive, some died. When our father or mother make a mistake, we don't follow them, but we still love them. They don't stop being our mother and father. Oh, sorry, you made a mistake. Today I look for another father. It's not possible. That's what people do with the ulama. He said he made mistake in this, so he's not alim. He's not mufti even. Who told you he's a mufti? Who told you he's a alim? It's not correct. And then we have to correct the haqq of the ulama, to follow them in haqq. And also the haqq of the hukam, the rulers of the Muslims. We have good rulers and we have bad rulers. So if we have good rulers, no problem. Alhamdulillah. We don't need to talk much about that. But when do we talk? When we look at our rulers and we see they have some haram, they allowed some haram in their countries, then we have to correct and know the correct attitude. And the correct attitude is they don't become kuffar until ulama, people of knowledge, talk to them. Not us. We can never reach them. People of knowledge, ahlul ilm. We cannot judge their hearts. We don't know what they believe, ikhwan. We don't know, like the man who said, who found, he lost, as you know in Bukhari and Muslim, it's about Tawbah, they bring. He had all his food and drink on his camel and he lost it in the desert and he thought he would die and he lied under a tree and he was waiting to die. When he opened his eyes, his camel was there with all the food and drink. He became so happy and grateful to Allah, he made a mistake by his tongue. He said, "Oh Allah, you are my slave and I'm your Lord." Yani what did he want to say? The other way around. I'm your slave and you my Lord. The Prophet said, أخطأ من شدة الفرح. He made a mistake because he was overjoyed. He's saved now. So that I'm saying to show, the ulama say this hadith to show what? That one of the things that prevent takfir, to make someone a kafir and declare, is what? Is the fact that he may have something we don't know in his heart. That is only will be known, or that will be known when people talk to that individual one-on-one, not through someone. Or another man, also in Bukhari and Muslim. He was dying and he said to his children, "When I die, burn me," just like people do now. "Burn me and scatter my ashes, some on land, some in the sea. Because I fear if Allah is able to bring me back." Is that statement Iman or Kufr? Kufr, not Iman. He is doubting Allah can bring him back. And that is Kufr Akbar, ikhwan. If Allah, لَإِنْ قَدِرَ اللَّهُ عَلَيَّ, if Allah is able to bring me back and to punish me, He will punish me severely because he committed sins. Then Allah, the Prophet said, Allah said to the sea, "Collect the remains of this man." And to the land, "Collect the remains," and he became a man. On the day of judgment, He will say to him. And He will say to him, "What made you do what you did?" He said, "I was afraid of you." خشيتك. Then Allah will say to him, "قَدْ غَفَرْتُ لَكَ." I have forgiven you. Forgiven doesn't mean I will punish you. It means you go to Jannah. So that man was a believer, but he said kufr. Just like the man who said, "Allah is my slave," because he made a mistake. This man, he had what? Misunderstanding. So when we see a ruler, let's say he allows alcohol, he allows riba, banks with riba, and this and that. Only the ulama, the ulama rabbaniyun, the big ulama, only they can judge that individual, because they need to see what he believes. If he believes that it's permissible to sell alcohol, and it's permissible to, then he's a kafir. But we don't know that. If he believes it's not permissible, but he does it to make money, he does it to get something, he does it for dunya, then he's a fasiq and not a kafir. But who makes that judgment? Only the senior old ulama. Why old? Because they are less prone to rush. You know, even old people, how many of them you see driving fast? Not many, yeah? When you see someone driving fast, it's generally young people. But old people, they take their time, they think, they don't make judgment, pass judgment quickly. So that is one of the feature of old. Imagine that old man, also a very knowledgeable man. That's great. And that's ni'mah, nur ala nur. For that reason, we have to correct our beliefs in relation to Allah, the ulama, and the rulers. And as long as the Prophet said, they don't tell us to do what is haram, we obey them. If they tell us, today we have to go outside and clean the street, we say, sam'an wa ta'atan. Because Allah, the Prophet told us, and he took pledge of allegiance from the Sahaba to obey the ruler, even if it's someone you don't like. And how can we like every person? This guy we don't like because of this. This like we don't like because of this. We don't even like our own family. How can we like ruler? But he didn't allow us just because we don't like someone in Muslim countries to disobey. Yesterday I was given a talk in Bradford, and someone said to me, brother, because the topic was how to protect your deen in the West. And someone said to me after the talk, unfortunately he didn't say it in the talk. I wished he said it in the talk because this is an important shubha he had. He said there are no Muslim countries now left. So I said, then you can stay in a kafir country. And if there are no Muslim countries, you can stay in a kafir country. Because he said, this one is allowing this, this country is that, there is no country that is a Muslim country. And this is a very widespread shubha. Why? Because many people spread it actively on the internet, sometimes in some channels, sometimes through books and so on, sometimes through word of mouth. But ikhwan, when we say Muslim country, Muslims live there. The majority of people living there are Muslims. And if you want to live with kuffar, and if you want to stay with people who have problem with your beard, with your wife's hijab and niqab, and your daughter's hijab and niqab at school, that's your choice. And you're able to move, that's your choice. Live, yani. Wait until your children become kuffar, ya billah. Because Allah said, وَلَا تَمُوتُنَّ إِلَّا وَأَنْتُمْ مُسْلِمُونَ. Do not die except in Islam. So this shubha people spread, subhanAllah, they say, and he himself, yani I didn't want to say, but he doesn't have a beard. Because he says these Muslim rulers, they rule by not what Allah likes. Ya akhi, do you rule about what Allah likes? In your family, in yourself. What does Allah like? He loves beard to be like the Prophet ﷺ. Why do we cut? I don't know. Maybe because we are afraid of kuffar. Because they will say, this guy's because his beard is 1 inch longer, he might have an explosive. That hair makes him dangerous. Very dangerous. And maybe, I don't know why, I don't know. People have to ask themselves. I don't know why they remove the hijab and make it lower, half, fully uncovered. I don't know. They don't fear Allah, it means, ikhwan. And until we fear Allah in our dealings, why people cheat with each other? We cheat. Many Muslims cheat. They don't fear Allah, it means. They want 50 pounds, they're ready for 50, 100, 1,000 pounds, 1 million pounds to trade Jannah for that. I don't know why. They are afraid of people and not of Allah. So Allah, if we do that, He will bring people who will punish us because we are afraid of people. So when we talk about the rulers, ikhwan, the rulers come from us. If we are corrupt, they will be like us. And if we deal with each other cheating, and every time we have a chance, we put money in the pocket, then when he gets to the rule, he will be putting bigger amounts in his pocket. Don't expect that the ruler, we are all bad and Abu Bakr Siddiq will come. It's not possible, man. It's not logical. He studies in the same schools as us, he goes to the same things, and he gets chosen through that. And that's not the way to change things in Islam. Because the Prophet, when he came to Makkah, meaning came as a prophet, he used to live in Makkah. When he was calling and people became upset, they tried to bribe him. They said, we will give you women, the best women you want. We will give you, and for a man it's big fitna. Big fitna, more than money even. We will give you any money you want. You want mal, wealth, we give you. You want to be in charge of us, we will make you. Just one condition. Don't abuse our idols. SubhanAllah, look, their idols are more important to them. Even though they made themselves with their hands. Like this bottle. Imagine you worship this bottle. People laugh, it's true, and it's ridiculous. This bottle is made better than the idol. or you worship a phone, mobile phone. Mobile phone is much more complicated. Yani made by you. And the Prophet said, no. I don't accept any of that, and I am sent to abuse your idols. I am sent to warn against your idols. But he didn't destroy it with his hand. He talked against them. But when he was able to do it, when he conquered Makkah, he removed them all and destroyed. So we have to have ikhwan, ilm, knowledge, fiqh, in order for us to be able to differentiate between things, to follow. If you have any questions, there are many things we can say more, but I hope I have managed to show that the way to solve this problem of the Muslims being weak is to go back to Allah, to go back to the Prophet ﷺ. After that, inshallah, Allah will help us, because He said, "In tansurullah yansurkum wa yuthabbit aqdamakum." In Surah Muhammad, O you who have believed, if you help Allah, He will help you and make your feet firm. So help Allah means help His religion. We must make our hearts full of raditu billahi rabban. I am happy and pleased with Allah as my Lord. Wa bil Islami dinan, and Islam is my religion. Wa bi Muhammadin sallallahu nabiyyan, and Muhammad as my prophet. That means we must submit, and Allah will help us. He will remove us from bad countries, put us in good countries. If we do what is necessary. And wallahi, I wish for every Muslim man and woman and children to be out of kafir countries, because they, ikhwan, generally our religion is under threat. You know, we have to think about that. Even if you have a little bit of hunger and poverty in the Muslim country, your religion, alhamdulillah, is not under threat generally. And some people say, yes, there are countries where they do this. Yes, but don't try to avoid those countries. Go to a country, Muslim country, where we have, alhamdulillah, good environment and that. And this is one of the ways to go back to the religion of Allah, to do something for your country. Like they say, go back to your country. We should say, thank you very much. It's a nice reminder. Muslims say, A'udhu Billah, he abused me, I have to go back to my country. This is great, he is telling you what you should already be doing. And why are you upset? Some people told me that as well. They said, you should go back to your country. I said, I will go, but also I have a request. When I go back, inshallah, to a Muslim country, also you guys get out of all our countries. It's a humble request. And don't mess around with our countries. Don't make wars and kill us and do things. And alhamdulillah, Muslims, when they come here, they don't kill anyone. The worst crime they do is benefit cheat, benefit fraud, which is of course not correct. But they do that. Maybe they sell alcohol in their curry restaurant or something like that, or in their supermarket or something. This is all haram. It's not allowed. But by the way, in their country it's allowed. But in our religion, it's not allowed to poison anyone, including non-Muslims. You can't sell alcohol and tobacco, ikhwan, to anyone. Because when we talk to our brothers, we say, brother, and he's a Muslim, and we don't do takfir of him. He's a disobedient Muslim. We say, salam alaikum, alaikum salam. We say, brother, akhi, fi Allah, why are you selling alcohol? He said, akhi, I can't survive, you know, I have to do business. One brother said to me, I have separate till. I said, subhanallah, don't lie, you don't have a separate till, man. How can you have a separate till? And he sorts out the money. Because I said to him, brother, have you done Hajj? He said, yes. I said, which money did you use? The bread money or the khamr money? He said, the bread money. Because I gave him rope when I separated the money. But in fact, of course, he doesn't separate the money. It all goes in one pot. And you know, you've seen the supermarket is two walls. One wall is alcohol. And half of his products. So we have to advise them nicely. And alhamdulillah, most Muslims, they're very good people. They're law-abiding citizens. The only problem they may have, they may not, especially the elderly, they may not know a lot of English. But, you know, English people, anywhere, they don't know anything but English. And when they go to Somalia, they speak English. Correct? When they go to Algeria, they speak English. When they go to Saudi, they speak English. So don't blame us for something you don't do yourselves. I mean, they expect everyone to speak English. French people, when they go, they expect everyone to speak French or English. So this I'm saying for you because I'm not saying anything illegal. Don't be afraid. This is nothing illegal. We are saying something totally legal. I am saying go back to your country. Just like the EDL, even though I oppose them. Because they are the criminals. Even the police are complaining about them. But they say correct thing. Yeah. They say take your religion outside. It's true. And your religion, wallahi, they say the truth, ikhwan. In this particular subject. Your religion is under threat, it's true. So we should try and protect our religion, our children. Imagine your children sitting in a masjid happy, learning Quran, learning hadith, learning, subhanAllah, good manners, akhlaq, adab. What do you want? And if they eat once a day instead of 3, being fat, it's great, alhamdulillah. They're skinny, mashallah, nice. Yani we will be skinny. Because we will eat only once. You know, we should be happy about that. We eat too much. Wallahi, it's true. Yani generally no one dies because they eat little. Yani yes, we have hunger and famine, but those are extreme cases. But if you eat once a day, what's going to happen? Nothing. You will be healthy. All the bad things will go out of your body. Because slowly you will become slim. So that hunger is not a problem. Man. And Allah promised us in Surah An-Nisa, وَمَنْ يُهَاجِرْ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ يَجِدْ فِي الْأَرْضِ مُرَاغَمًا كَثِيرًا وَسَعَةً. Whoever does hijrah fi sabilillah, in the path of Allah, he shall find muragaman kathiran. Ay, muragaman kathiran means many places to go to and to live. Wasa'atan ay min al-rizq. And he shall find. So don't be afraid. Shaitan ya'idukum al-faqr. Shaitan is telling you, Allah said, you will be poor. Shaitan is scaring us. If you go to that country, a'udhu billah, people live like this. But we have to analyze. Those people who live like that, have they done what is necessary to earn their living? Have they relied on Allah? وَمَنْ يَتَوَكَّلْ عَلَى اللَّهِ فَهُوَ حَسْبُهُ. Whoever relies on Allah, that is enough for him. Are we saying everyone is dying? No, of course not. This is, I'm convinced from the Quran and Sunnah and from what I hear from the ulama. The ulama, they ask, some brothers ask them, they say, Sheikh, can we go for tourism to Kafir country? They say, no, a'udhu billah, don't go. Tourism, just to see, come back. Why? Because fitna. And we sit relaxed until EDL tell us go home. It's correct. We should listen to them in this thing, because we should accept the haqq from whoever it comes. وَجَزَاكُمْ khair. If you have any questions or clarifications, or if I made any mistakes, please. جزاكم الله.